What I would want to share with the recipient about Kathryn is the way that she welcomed all people into relationship with her. She had this way about her that when you were in conversation, it wasn't just a meaningless exchange. She wanted to deeply connect with people, and she did in so many beautiful ways. When she'd talk with folks, she looked deeply into them, and she had this way of expressing welcome and acceptance just by looking at them. And I think that's the thing that I miss most about Kathryn is that feeling when you were with her, that it was just the two of you in the room. It was just the two of you connecting deeply. But also, it was the two of you connecting deeply in the presence of a God who loved both of us exactly as we were in that moment.
Yeah, my sense is one of the things that people celebrate most about Kathryn is that she truly had a passion for serving others. She had a remarkable ability to connect with people on a very deep level in a very short period of time. And I think that's why so many people were drawn to Kathryn and why she was so effective at responding to the needs of the people that she ministered to.
What I really appreciated about Kathryn is she had a way of being in the world and being with others that let people around her know that they were seen, that they were valued, that they were dearly loved. And she taught us, she taught all of us with her sermons and her words about how to look at things differently and to be more aware of people in our community, of people in the world. And she would challenge us to act and to alleviate the suffering of others.
What I'd want people to know about Kathryn is just her excitement for life, the way that she looked forward to experiences, to activities, to learning new things, to meeting new people, and that she did all of that with this attitude of gratitude for all that was part of those experiences, all that was part of those relationships, whether it was positive in that moment or negative. She welcomed it all as a way to experience God, as a way to experience life, and as a way to grow personally and in her faith and in relationship with others.
Something I'd love you to know about Kathryn is she is what's so thoughtful, inspiring, intelligent, and wise at the same time, and so funny. She had a great sense of humor.
When I think about Kathryn and her gifts for ministry, I think really her versatility is really one of the things that amazed me the most about her. Her ability to serve both a small church, a small parish, smaller, in Kiel, Wisconsin, but then also go to First Congregational in Appleton and serve on a staff. And then also she served in Sheboygan Falls, which was another medium-sized church. And so she had such gifts for being able to respond to needs in the parish, no matter what the size of the church. And her versatility really impressed me.
She was also an ardent advocate for justice and for marginalized communities. This was quite evident in the different areas of ministry that she served. Her first call out of seminary was to serve at St. Camilla's AIDS Ministry. That was a ministry that ministered to people who were living and dying with HIV. She also, for a time, worked at a domestic violence shelter.
But then also her ability to be a strong administrator with Cedar Valley Ministries and being able to step into that role and work with hospice and long-term care and pastoral care. So I think that's one of the things that I appreciated about her ministry. And then also when I think about and her working with all groups, youth group, women, preaching, mission. I mean, she just basically was able to draw strength from wherever. She didn't just have a narrow ministry. She really could meet a lot of different needs.
The attributes or values that are carried forth through this scholarship that I hope are shared would be just that sense of welcome, of extravagant welcome, and grace for who each person is, exactly as they are, not as they hope to be, not as you hope they might be, but as they are right now. Because Kathryn believed, and I believe, that each person is uniquely and beautifully and perfectly created by God to be who they are for a reason. And that our job, our calling, is to empower people to embrace the fullness of who they are and who God created them to be, so that they can give that away and bless others through their presence, through their relationship, and through their identity in God.
She also brought a strong focus on mission to the congregations that she served. She called members of her congregations to step outside of their comfort zones, to reach out and to get to know and to minister with those outside of their familiar context. She also called members of her congregation to become more aware of the privileges that we have and the systemic realities that we take for granted, but actually limit the opportunities for others and also bring harm to others. And I think many people recognize that Kathryn was a very gifted preacher and teacher. Her understanding of and care for people was apparent in how she preached and what she preached. She really had a gift for connecting the witness of the gospel to the experience of people's lives. She could call people to a greater awareness of how they could embrace God's reign more fully without being condescending or self-righteous. She did it with passion. She did it with a prophetic spirit. She truly had a pastor's heart. So for me, these qualities are what make a memorial scholarship in Kathryn's honor so appropriate, because it's a scholarship that supports seminary study. And my hope is that it will help Kathryn's Kenyan sisters who are discerning a call to ministry to become the kind of pastor that Kathryn was.
When I think about a word that really solidifies and helps to identify what I think most about Kathryn, is the word affirming. She was always so affirming of every person, including me. She was sort of a buddy of mine. We would go out for coffee or lunch, and she just had the ability to affirm what I was doing. And I know I saw her do that for others too. So the strongest word I think would be affirming.
If I had to describe Kathryn using one word or phrase, it would be this poem. When I die, if you need to weep, cry for your brother or your sister walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved, and if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me most by letting hands touch hands, by letting bodies touch bodies, and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die. People do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away.
She was a wonderful pastor, and she would be very proud of you, the scholarship winner.
I give thanks for her ministry, and I know that through this scholarship, many women's and people's lives will be positively impacted, and I give thanks for that.
Kathryn lived love in all that she did. She lived connection and relationship. She wanted people to know love so they could do love in their lives. And it is so comforting to me to know that we are actively giving away the love that Kathryn so freely shared with us through this scholarship and through the many ways that you will connect with others and share her love, our love, your love, and most importantly, God's love with others.